Hi everyone, this is Abhishek and we are going to learn the basic of databases, MySQL and the how MySQL help you access your database and every concept of RDBMS and SQL. All those details we will cover in this playlist. So this is my first video of the playlist, and in this video we are going into the basics of database, RDBMS, SQL and what is table, primary keys and all, so that you can brush up your basic concepts and you can follow the later tutorials of this playlist. So very first thing of any MySQL or any RDBMS tutorial is what is a database. So database is an organized collection of data. This is what Wikipedia says. Data, you all know, this is your information, your username, anything which you enter by your keyboard into your computer, it is a data. Data is kind of raw material for your information, and there is no this is a common institute thinking of yours. There is no proper definition of what is data and how you will define it. It depends on you. So let's say you have a lot of data. You have lot of employees in your companies and you want to manage their data, their name, their salaries, their you can say their picture and their children's name details and all. So if you have kind of 10,000 employees, so and you want to have all their data so that you can contact them or you can decide what is best for them for in your future scheme of your company, then you need a solution where you can put all those details, and when you need them you can easily access them. And also when you put the detail into the box, you can change it as you like it and you can manage it, and after some time in the future point of time, if you need it, you can access it. So this is all a database. Database is kind of box, this blue box here, where you put all your data, and after putting your data you work on the data in the database, you manage it, you update it, you change it, and in future point of time you get back of your data, you get backup of your data, or you get your data as it is when needed. So this is what a database is. Is it kind of repository where you put all your data, you access it, you change it, you manage it, and in future point of time you get that data when needed. So I will summarize this thing as database is collection of information that is organized so that it can easily be accessed, managed and updated. When you put your data into this box, this database, this blue box is a database. When you put your data in this database, basically it is not just throwing your data into this. It is organized, it is indexed, it have some algorithm to manage your data so that when you need it, you can get it fast, or when you want to change that data, you can change it fast. So there are a lot of algorithm, indexing algorithm, backup algorithm, scaling algorithm, a lot of algorithm are going behind this to manage your data. Okay, so next thing is, what is DBMS? So DBMS, you can think of something like a software which manage your database for you. This is a DBMS, this is user and this is database. Excuse me. So what DBMS is, it is a software which manages your database for you. You interact with this DBMS and this DBMS interact with the database. This interaction is dependent on the algorithm written on the software and everything which is hidden from you. You don't know this detail and you just interact with DBMS. DBMS give you response. If you want to update your data, you say this DBMS software that I want to update my data. So the DBMS software will get your interaction, it will fire some algorithms and everything in database so that that data is updated. And when you need that data, you ask this DBMS software that I need my data which is stored in my database. And then this database software return you the value, the data. So I will read this. Database management system are computer software application that interact with user, other application and database itself to capture and analyze data. So think of DBMS as a good friend who knows how to handle your large amount of data in your database. You just talk to this DBMS software and you forget about your database. It will take care of everything. It will take care of how it can organize your data so that you can access it fast, how it can change the data, how it can update the data. So it is basically a handy tool for you to access your database. So we are going to look into some famous DBMS softwares of our world. First one is Oracle, and in second one it is MySQL. So MySQL, as you can see, it is a very famous DBMS software for accessing your database. Roughly someone says MySQL database, but it is not a database, it is a DBMS software, database management system. And also one thing I want you to notice is database model. Most of them are relational DBMS. Only two, MongoDB and Cassandra, are two such DBMS softwares which are not relational DBMS model. So we can see from here that our world is very much dependent on relational DBMS. Lot of uses relational DBMS, and so it is quite famous also. So we are going to look into what is relational DBMS. But before that, you must realize that how much the popularity of MySQL is in our world. Okay, and now as you see, Oracle have also acquired MySQL. So you can merge them, but they are both different technologies. Okay. MongoDB is kind of document store, NoSQL relational database model, same as Cassandra. And world most used two databases are Oracle and MySQL. We are going to look into MySQL, how MySQL works, and how you can use this MySQL DBMS for your database effectively. So what is RDBMS? What is the fuss about it? Why it is so famous? The definition of RDBMS, if you go by the theory, is the database model which follows Codd's 12 rules. He is Mr. Codd, and he have given 12 rule for RDBMS. So, but you should also know that there are very less DBMS software which follows Codd's 12 rule. Even MySQL don't follow Codd's 12 rules. These 12 rules are too rigorous to follow, and if you want to create a pure RDBMS software, then you have to follow these 12 rules. But any early implementation of relational model didn't confirm all the Codd's rule. So the RDBMS is roughly something as software which roughly follows two things. It is made up of tables, first thing, and second thing, you can access it. We were going to explain in the next slide. The data is RDBMS is stored in database object called tables, and table is related data entry. It consists of column and rows. So RDBMS is basically a model which is consist of tables. There are tables, and in those tables there is data which is related to each other. I am talking much and I'm not explaining it. I am going to explain it. Okay. So this is a table. Suppose you have lot of employees in your company, and you want to manage them. So how you will create their information? You want their name, their salary, and for which department they work. So you will create a table. This is a table. These are columns. This is column, this is column, this is column. Department is a column, salary is a column. And these are rows. Rows represent an entity, a record. These rows represent a single employee of your company. There is an employee called Abhishek. His middle name is Kumar and his last name is Pandey. He work for sales department and you pay him 25,000 as salary. You gave him an employee ID 1. Same thing for Ankit. He work in engineering department and he have salary 30,000. So you see, these things are related. Kumar is related to Abhishek. 25,000 salary is related to Abhishek. So this is why we call it a relational database model. All the columns are related to each other because they all represent a single entity of your world. Okay, so that is why this is called a relational database. Also you can see here that here middle name is missing. A person can or cannot have a middle name, right? So table is not meant to be fully filled. Okay, some columns can be left empty. Also you need to notice here one thing, that the employee ID is unique for every employee. Abhishek Kumar Pandey is an employee in sales department and his employee ID is 1. No one of your company have employee ID 1 except Abhishek Kumar Pandey. Okay, so this is the concept, very important concept of RDBMS, and we are going to look into it in the later part of this video. Okay, so you get what is table, right? Table is a collection of data organized in columns and rows. A column represent a property of your real world entity. The entity is employee. He have first name, he or she have first name, he or she have middle name, last name. He or she work for a department and he or she take a salary from you. So you create a table, you give him employee ID for your convenience only, so that you can address them uniquely, and you fill their details in every rows. So one row represent an entity and one column represent a property. So as I was saying, the employee ID is very important. So here is a concept of keys. Keys is very important in RDBMS and you must master it. So what is a key? Key is a column for uniquely identified any row. So basically key is a column for which, or you can say key is a property for which none of two employees have same value. I mean, no two rows have same value for that particular column. And what is primary key? Primary key is a special key. It is just a name given to the key. Here, look at it. Employee ID is a key. Why it is a key? Because every row have different value. None of two rows have same value. You can't have a row here and you say 1 for employee ID. It will be wrong, and your RDBMS software will throw a error that you are putting a same value which have already been used. Okay, so this is what a key. Now for this key I am calling it a primary key because this is most important key of this table. This is most important key of this table because I can uniquely identify any employee with employee ID. Let's say I have a second person. His name is also Abhishek Kumar Pandey. His name is also Abhishek Kumar Pandey and he work for engineering team. So you will create a row here. Here you will create a row. You will put Abhishek Kumar Pandey and sales and salary. But you will have to give a separate employee ID for that Abhishek who work for engineering department. Okay, so this how the two Abhishek of same organization will have different employee ID, right? So by using one employee ID you are uniquely identifying any one person of your big organization. So this is what a primary key does. Now the important thing is, what is SQL? Why we use SQL and what the heck is it? So basically, structured query language is a special purpose programming language for managing your database. Managing your database by RDBMS. Okay, it is basically for relational database only, not for NoSQL database, not for Cassandra, not for MongoDB. It is for a database which is based on RDBMS, like MySQL, like Oracle, like MS SQL and all them. So what is SQL? SQL is a language by which you talk to your RDBMS software, by which you, with the help of that, you talk with your MySQL software. Okay, let's say this is a MySQL software, this is you. The MySQL software understands only SQL. He knows only SQL language. So you can't talk with him in English, you can't talk with him in Hindi. You have to talk with him in structured query language. So this is what structured query language is. This is simply a language which your database software understand. RDBMS software understand. Okay, you say something like, please give me salary detail of Mr. Abhishek Kumar Pandey. So you can't say this in him in English. So you will translate your English into SQL and you throw this to this RDBMS software. This RDBMS software will understand what are you saying in that SQL language, and it will go behind the scene. It will go into the database, it will dig into the database and it will find the result for you and will give you the result. So what is SQL? SQL is simply a structured query language which your RDBMS software understands. You talk with your RDBMS software in terms of structured query language. Now, why we have chosen MySQL for this tutorial? Why we haven't chosen Oracle? Why we haven't chosen MS SQL? They are also RDBMS software. They also use SQL for querying your database. I have chosen MySQL for many reasons. First thing first, it is open source DBMS. Open source means the code of your RDBMS software, MySQL, is available to everyone of this world. You can access internet, then you can access MySQL also. Okay, so how will you access MySQL code? Are you interested? I will show you from where you can get the MySQL code. Okay. So we will go to the GitHub. It is an open source community software. So we will go to the GitHub simply. Open GitHub and you will search for MySQL server. You will get result, and this is the code. This is the repository where the code is situated, where they have put in all the code. Okay, so this is how this whole code is in front of you. You can go inside the debug and you can see what is this all about, how this software is working. Okay, you can just you can copy this clone URL and you can use Git to clone this repository into your local machine. You can have copy of this code into your local machine. You can contribute them. You can contribute into the code. You can understand, if you have some knowledge of programming, you can understand how this RDBMS software is going to manage your database, how it is organizing your database. Everything, all the magic is here in front of you. This is what open source software is. Now we are going back to our slides. Okay, so we have covered it is open source DBMS. You can look inside the code. You can see what is MySQL is doing and how it is handling your data. So there is no magic, there is nothing hidden for you. I think this is the biggest advantage of using MySQL. You know who is accessing your private data. Second part is it is simple and easy to learn. it have a dedicated community, it have a dedicated documentation where you can follow it and you can easily learn it. We are going to learn it in this whole playlist, and you will see how easy it is. Third is proven capability. Have anyone big is using MySQL? Do you know Facebook uses MySQL for managing its database, managing their databases? Facebook have lot of data, lot of users, pics, videos, indexes, friends, and everything, and they use MySQL for managing their database. This is the biggest example of how MySQL is capable, how much it is capable, how you can use it for your database. You can scale it large amount of data, and it will not fail you. It is proven that MySQL is capable of managing very big data. One thing is scalable. You started using for your employee table, and let's say after 1 year you have 1 million employee. Let's say you have very big organization and you got 1 million employee, or you got 1 million users. Then you want to scale your database, right? So you don't have to go for another RDMS software, and it will not be any issue for you. You just have to get some machine, some hard disks, or any secondary storage device, and MySQL will scale for you. You can access any amount of data, you can access any amount of tables, any amount of data, and you can update it, manage it, and it will be secure for you. And also last thing is very large community. MySQL have a community version which is downloaded billions of times, and so it have very large user community. If you have any problem, you get into any doubt, you don't know where to go, what is wrong happening with your database, you just pull a question, you will throw a question, and there will be lot of users who will answer your question, who have already been in that situation. So this is why I chosen MySQL for learning SQL and databases. We will go through all the details of MySQL in this playlist, and we will see how easy it is to learn and how powerful is it. It is.